welcome to the River Cree Twin Rinks, where it is the opening game of the U17 Canadian Crown Tournament, as we have the Calgary Northstars taking on the Martensville Marauders. And the big thing for Martensville here is they are actually a U15 AA team out of Saskatchewan, taking on a U17 AAA team here in Alberta by the name of the Calgary Northstars. Lots of headlines in this hockey game as Broden Wotherspoon, 58 points in 24 games for the Marauders. He's a player to watch as we get set to drop the puck here on the opening game of the tournament, as Martensville is sporting the white and teal unis going against the Northstars, who are in the dark green with the gold trim. As Martensville starts it off and gets the puck in deep against the Northstars. Bear with us here as we're in a tough spot to see the jersey numbers here with Martensville attacking downhill, as the Northstars will soft chip that in and give chase. That was number 14, Riker Aaron, going after that puck. Now the puck skips back out to the neutral ice area where Galt will use his partner. It's Logel. Logel stuck on the wall. Nice outlet play to number 22. That was Babineau, who will once again tip that in and give chase as the Northstars get it behind the Martensville goal. That was a safe play there by Galt, just backhanding that back down low. Now the Northstars look to center, and it was just out of the reach of number 13, Easton Doan, as Martensville will try to play stick on puck there. Skips back out to their own blue line. If you're taking a look at Martensville's bench, it's a little short as they have a few players out due to suspension. That would be Chance Rigash and Austin Root, who are both out due to suspension for this hockey game. As Martensville will play that through the middle of the ice and work their way in over center. Now they will dump it in, and it will be number 6. That is Carson Ekstrom, putting pressure on the Northstars early to play that puck up. Good save there by number 29. That's Ty Young getting the opening start for the Northstars in the pipes. As Martensville tries to go rink wide, it's picked off by number 7. That was Jaden Shan, but he brings it in on the offside, and we'll have our first whistle of the hockey game as we are a minute 46 in. Donuts on the board here early between the Northstars and Marauders, who obviously both teams coming in at a 0-0 record, looking to get off on the right foot with a win here early this morning from the River Cree Twin Rinks. Some other notables to keep in mind. Martensville, we mentioned they are a U15 AA team playing in a U17 tournament. They have a record of 21-1-1-1 in the Saskatchewan U15 AA League. They lead Regina by 10 points clear for first in the division, and have not lost a regulation game since their opening game of the season way back at the end of September. Yeah, you heard me right. Back at the end of September. So this is a team that's been real hot and has been playing some good hockey, and they're going up against the Calgary Northstars, who try to let that shot go. It's back at the blue line, where the Northstars will get it at their own red line as Chad dumps it back in. It's kind of been the game so far is just dump and chase from both teams as they look to get settled in here to this opening matchup. Nice outlet play there to the near side wall. Martensville will once again, as I just alluded to, dumps that puck in. That's number 4. That was Rylan McConnell getting that deep, and now the Northstars do set off his stick. Here's a chance for Martensville. Nice play to the backside, and that one off the side of the goal. That was off the stick of number 13, Corbin Neiman, who comes close on a nice feed there. Cross ice in the offensive zone. Now it's soft chip to an area. Martensville again, nice play to the middle. They back at it right across, and there's another save there by Ty Young, who has to come up big early for the Northstars on Martensville's first real big scoring chance of the game. Now Doucette will play that in softly. He will bump his man. That was number 5, Liam Reed, going back for it. Now they will center to the front of the net. It's whacked away there and back out to center, where the Northstars will quickly transition. D-to-D, Lafleur, soft off the wall, and here comes number 13, Easton Doan. Doan's shot easily stopped there by the Martensville netminder, and again, This is where we need you to bear with us because we cannot see the back of his jersey. So we'll let you know who's got the start for Martensville here as soon as we can kind of get a glimpse down there. And they don't have the numbers on the side of their jerseys or on the sleeves. We'll try to take a look, but Martensville will control the defensive zone faceoff as they will backhand that up the wall. It's rimmed, kept in by Galt for the Northstars. Now it will be number 4, Rylan McConnell for Martensville. They go up the far side boards, and now we'll get some help there as they play it through the middle of the ice. Now to the near side wall. It will be Galt taking out his man. That was number 6, Carson Ekstrom. Now Babineau trying to clear. He gets knocked down as it's starting to ramp up on the physicality as Babineau looking to try and establish a hit and pin. And it will slide to Doan. Doan for the Northstars, one-on-one, trying to work his way past his man and just couldn't keep reach as Martensville will look to go through the middle of the ice dangerously. It's picked off by the Northstars. That was number 6, Marcus Vaux. Vaux lost control, and Martensville once again cannot clear. It is kept in by number 8. That is Nicholas Doucette taking it to the paint. Rebound, and they score! The Northstars will get on the board first as Martensville couldn't clear the zone. And it appeared to be number 9, Austin Bruce, hungry at the net. He will put it home. Or pardon me, number 9, Bruce. As we'll wait for the official word, but the Northstars will get the opening goal. And they lead 1-0 with 15:18 remaining here in this opening period. And not really much the Marauders goaltender could do there as a turnover in the defensive zone by Martensville leads to the Northstars breaking in on net. First shot was stopped, but the rebound cleaned up at the paint. And Calgary takes the 1-0 lead. And just prior to that, Martensville with a couple good chances of their own, but Ty Young making a stop in tight. The other chance hit the side of the goal. And I think just have a slight delay here as the line he might have got cut. So he's looking for some repairs from one of the trainers, and it looks like he picked the North Star bench. We'll have a slight stoppage here. But the North Stars, again, we'll wait to get official word, but if that was Bruce, Bruce, 7 goals, 9 apps, 16 points in 24 games in regular season play for the North Stars this season. And we get the first marker for Calgary here as we're good to go. Off the center ice draw, Gillis will play that in. They say it got tipped on its way through as Vaux will get there for the North Stars. As they look to regain possession in tight around the net, and Vaux couldn't quite finish it off on the back end. He tries to go low to high, fanned on it. Now that will give Martensville a chance to break it out to center. Martensville will play that in. Nice job by number 7, Jaden Shan, forcing the dump in. Now Bruce will play that off the boards. Back out to the point where Martensville will gather it up. The shot along the ice, stirred away by Young. Now they will center right out into the slot. They fake the shot. Now they let it go from the point, and that one stopped off the wrister from the blue liner. Again, his jersey's tucked in. It looks to be number 9, Wesley Black, for Martensville getting that chance from the blue line. And another nice stop by Young, who was square to that puck. And it remains a 1-0 North Star lead. Martensville having some looks here early as O'Keefe tries to play that off the boards. Set play off the D-zone draw, trying to use the boards of the window. Clear that puck up the strong side boards. Now that cross-ice feed hops over the stick of number 11, Alexander Kwong, and it will be an icing call on the North Stars, and the face-off will come to the left of netminder Ty Young, who's looked sharp so far for the Calgary North Stars. As Doucette will win that draw to O'Keefe. O'Keefe thinking about what he should do now. He'll bring it around the net. Use his partner Logel And the Northstars will clear to center. Now it will be Martensville looking to go quick up. Goes off a stick. They will wave off the icing as it will be Lodell using his partner D2D back of the net to O'Keefe. O'Keefe tried to play that to number 14. That was Riker Aaron. And now it's back on Lodell's stick behind the net. Lodell dangerously through the middle of the ice. Luckily it was a backhand sauce play that got over everybody's stick. And once again, Martensville will play that in right to Ty Young. Ty Young on the goalie exchange. Uses his partner Lodell. Nice job getting to the corners to be an outlet. Now it's turned over. There's a centering feed out to number 19 Wotherspoon. We mentioned him to start the game. He's their leading scorer, and by a wide margin. He's got 37 goals so far on the season. As it will be number 21 now, Bon Bernard for Calgary. He's got Doucette going through the middle as he tries to split the D. Now it's centered, and the shot hit a shin pad in front. And now skips to the corner where Martensville tries to again play that through the middle of the ice. It's picked off by Doucette. Martensville now will play that hard off the wall. And that will elude everybody, so it will be a icing call to Martensville with 12:58 to go here in this opening period. And the Northstars maintain their 1-0 lead. And unfortunately, we have no shots on goal on the score clock here at the River Cree rink, so we can't update you on the shots on goal. But we can update you on the scoreboard. That is a 1-0 Northstar lead as Galt will once again just play that off the window, and it's going to be a foot race where Bon Bernard will get there. And a nice effort there is a good stop by the Martensville netminder, getting down into the butterfly, hugging the post, and making that save. Now we have a delayed penalty call, and it will be going to the Northstars. As I just got a look at the Martensville goaltender, and that would be Wyatt Fleshhack in the pipes. As a good middle outlet feed for Martensville to break it over the line. They tried to delay off the rush. That was number 7, Keith Thompson, bringing it over the line, but it will be an offside call. But like we mentioned, there will be a delayed penalty on the play. And it looks to be number 16, or no, pardon me, number 18 for the Northstars. Parker Cutts going to the box for 2 or less. As Martinville will get their first power play of the morning, and they look to capitalize here on the unique scaffolding power play serving commercial and industrial clients in Western Canada since 1997. As Martensville will get it set up off the one offensive zone draw. They look to go back door to the backside flanker, who is number 2, Noah Harak, as he was trying to sneak in, but it was picked off, and the Northstars play that down the ice. As Martensville down by a goal here, looking to even things up. As they're 30 seconds into their first power play of the morning, as the Northstars will be on the B-rate drywall penalty kill, proudly serving Edmonton and area since 1990. As once again, the puck cleared the length of the ice back into Martensville ice, as they have a single drop back option, and they're going to use them. As they tap it back, now they will chip that in and heads up at the bench. So there's definitely no glass there to protect the coaching staff. We were just talking about how we feel safer up here in front of the netting. And that would be why. As Martensville couldn't quite get the speed entry they were looking for there off the tap back option. As they'll look to control the neutral ice, the neutral zone face-off, as the Northstars will win it and once again play that back into Martensville territory, as they will look to bring it out. This time they go with a double swing on the breakout. Look to get off the wall there. Here's the Marauders, but they lose control, and once again Galt, his clearing attempt off a stick, and back out to the Martensville blue line. Now they play that off the boards. It will be Bruce. Nice job to elude a check there. Soft chip it just inside the line. Martensville having a real tough time getting any kind of entry time against this penalty kill for the Calgary Northstars. And now we're going to have a delayed penalty coming to the Marauders, as the Northstars' hard work pays off there, especially the Northstars number 9, Austin Bruce, who draws that tripping call, and now that will take away the first power play of the morning for Martensville. And the Northstars, in 22 seconds, will get their first man advantage of the morning. So we'll get a little bit of 4-on-4 action. It'll be brief, and it will start with an offensive zone draw to the right of Fleshhacker. Fleshhacker has been good so far for Martinville in the pipes. He's had to make a couple in-tight stops, although the Northstars were able to beat him once, and there's a shot right off the draw. And a good stop with the glove off the defenseman, number 7, Jaden Chan. As the Northstars come close there with a point blanker. Draw will come to the right of number 35 in the Martensville net. That's Fleshhacker. 50-50 draw. The Northstars will win it. They backhand that back to the point for number 5, Gavin Gillis. Gillis slide it over. Back up top for Gillis. Gillis, the low shot off the blocker of Fleshhacker. And now Martensville will look to get away. A pass through the middle of the ice. Knocked down by the stick of Gillis, who will drop it back for number 11. That would be Kwong. Kwong just out of the reach of Gillis on the far side boards. And now Martensville will go to the penalty kill as they fire that one back into Northstar ice behind their own net. It will be Kwong. The Northstars will look to go 4 back on the power play breakout and now work their way over the blue line. They hit the brakes, try to get it set up, but once again their pass hits a errant stick. And now it's back out to the red line area where Gillis will fire that back down in to the Marauder zone. Martensville quickly gets there. It's knocked out of midair by Gillis. And they're going to say that is going to be a high stick as Young will come out to play it. And on the touch-up, that draw will stay inside the Calgary zone with 9:32 to play, 49 seconds remaining in the Northstars' first power play, which again brought to you by a unique scaffolding serving commercial and industrial clients in Western Canada since 1997. As the Northstars will win the draw on their own end. That was Doucette on the draw. Lafleur will then reel it around his own net, gain the line, and will delay. Nice job to go up top for Chan. Chan spreads it out, goes to the left flank, now back up top, over to the right flank. It will be number 44, Jordan Lafleur, moving it back over to Doucette. He's crafty on that left half wall. Back up top for Lafleur as they try to get set up in the 1-3-1. But that pass goes off Lafleur's stick, back out into the neutral ice area, where the Northstars will have a little bit of trouble with it. Now, with 10 seconds remaining in the Martensville penalty kill, again brought to you by B. Wright Drywall, specializing in residential and commercial framing, insulation, drywall, tape, texture, and paint. It looks like Martensville will get out of this kill, but the Northstars will score just as it expires. And that was off the cross-ice pass to Doucette, who let the shot go, and it beats Fleshhacker just over the pad underneath the glove, and that will make it 2-0 for Calgary here with 8:37 to play as the Marauders look to escape the penalty kill, but Doucette scores just as the penalty was expiring. It won't count as a power play marker, but it will put the Northstars up by 2. And Martensville is going to have to answer here early to keep themselves in this hockey game, as there is plenty of time left, but you don't want to have this game slip away. As Martensville trying to get back on the pedal now as they play it back to the line, but it just eludes the defenseman. Look to be number 9, Wesley Black. He'll go D-to-D. Once again, the Marauders look to go cross ice as they will cross their feet over. Now look to feed that up for number 17. That was Brendan Jones. It's stolen by the other number 17 of the Northstars. That would be Jake O'Keefe. As the Northstars work it low to high. That shot blocked on its way through. The Marauders will get to that puck along the near side wall as it's played to the line, not out. Nice job by O'Keefe and the Northstars to keep that alive. Now Martensville will just flip that back to the line. Once again, knocked down by the glove of O'Keefe. That wrister right into the glove of Fleischhacker, who will slow things down. And really, it's the only time that Martensville's gotten themselves in trouble has been off defensive zone turnovers. And that's when the Northstars have been able to either maintain pressure or capitalize themselves. And with 7:34 now remaining here in this opening frame, the draw comes to the left of Fleischhacker. And Martensville will control the D-zone draw. They'll use the hard rim around to the far side boards, where once again a nice job by the Northstars, number 44, LaFleur pinching down, maintained possession momentarily as Martensville brought it back into the Northstars zone. They centered that one. It's out of the reach of everybody. LaFleur cuts off that low rim play, and now we'll get it back behind his own net. He's got his partner to use. That's Galt. Elects to go out the other side, which would be the far side, and a nice outlet play, nice clean breakout by the Northstars as it will be number 11, Alexander Kwong. Will center that one. Goes to the Marauders stick, and they will just softly flip that out back into the neutral ice area as Fleischhacker gets out to stop that rim. Martensville's looking for an outlet. Once again, look to go cross ice. Maloney's getting in the way as the Marauders try to work it up that near side wall. Fleischhacker will once again get out of his net, play that up that near side boards where number 19, Witherspoon, will bring it in, head up the whole way, lets the long wrister go. Young had a little bit of trouble with it as he juggled it, but the Northstars defense core was there, and we're able to clear that puck. Now the Marauders play that back down into the Northstar zone where Gillis tries to play that right through the middle of the ice. It's picked up, a tip right in front, rebound, and they score! Number 13, Corbin Neiman will put that home. And we talked about defensive zone turnovers leading to chances for the Northstars. This time, it's the other way around as Neiman will put it home on the rebound as Young had no chance. Neiman looking at a wide open net. And just as we alluded to, Martensville needed to find a way to get the next one. They do. And now they've cut the lead in half. It's 2-1 as the Northstars right off the center ice draw will come right back, get a shot on goal, which Fleischhacker had no trouble with, and will once again slow things down. But for Neiman, he's got 32 points on the regular season for the Marauders. That would be his 14th goal so far in this 23-24 campaign. First of the tournament as the Northstars will now look to answer themselves as that shot bounced off the body and skips to the far side corner where the Marauders will play that off the window, not out. As the Northstars play that one towards the goal, it was O'Keefe. Big hit down below the goal line by number 18 of the Northstars, who now gets dumped himself. As that was Parker Cutts. As the Marauders will play that up the far side wall where they will play that through the middle. It is redirected through the middle where Doan looks to play that in. Now it's played hard off the glass and all the way down the ice. And no question there, that will be an icing call on the Marauders. And the draw will come back to the left of Fleischhacker in an eventful first period thus far as the Northstars lead the Marauders by a score of 2-1 here early in this opening game of the U17 Canadian Crown Tournament. Both these teams in the double star drilling pool. We're at the River Cree Twin Rinks. We are on the south side as there's the North Arena and the South Arena. And the Marauders would love to get even here before the period ends. And once again, a turnover in the defensive zone led to a point-blank wrister from the Northstars. But once again, Fleischhacker there. And that looked to be off the stick of Matthew Worth of the Northstars, who had his eyes up, had some room, tried to pick a spot. But Fleischhacker, a terrific stop there. Keep this game at a 2-1 score. As Worth will now take the draw. He loses it to Martensville's Easton Wojcik. Now it will be number 17 for the Marauders. That's Brendan Jones playing that off the window. It won't have enough to be an icing call, as the Marauders will now look to establish some zone time, as it's along the far side boards where the Northstars get stripped just outside their own blue line. And once again, the Marauders will give chase on the forecheck. They send too hard. And now it will be a replay from their F3. That was number 17, Brendan Jones. Couldn't quite get there, and now the Northstars will once again softly play that in. That was number 6, Marcus Vaux. Vaux trips up his man. That, well, looked to be an evident tripping call, but the Stripes, I don't know if he was quite in position to see that. Might have thought he lost his footing, and play will continue. Now Vaux knows he got away with one there. He'll bring it around the Marauders net. Gets bumped there by defenseman number 4, Rylan McConnell. Now it's back to the point, low to high. Chan back to the half wall option. That would be number 22, Cohen Babineau. As the Northstars couldn't generate any offensive play there, and now it's played off the wall, and it will slide down to Young. Young will just leave it there for Chan. Chan crossing his feet over, will softly backhand that back to the Martensville blue line, as he gave chase all the way down, and now we'll let that shot go into the near side corner, where O'Keefe played that back down right around the hash mark area. And once again, the Marauders will steal. Trying to go underneath the stick of Chan. He does. Nice dangle there, and the high shot couldn't quite beat Young, as some nice dangles there from Parker Livingston, who almost evened things up. Now that puck goes underneath the stick of number 5, Liam Reeve of Martensville, and they will wave off the icing. As with 3:10 now remaining here in this first period, the Northstars continue to lead 2-1, as they will look to play the puck through the neutral ice area, as it went off a Marauder stick right back to Galt, who will feed that ahead and Doucette. We'll get some help there as some bodies crash into the near side boards. As it has been physical along the walls. Both teams playing a little bit with an edge here early. They had their morning coffees, as did we. And now a chance for a partial break, but a nice stick there by Galt to alleviate that play, as Martensville once again looked like they were off to the races, but now the Northstars will come back the other way. Here's a shot right on, and it looked like it hit the paddle on Fleischacker, as he just caught a piece of it. As the Northstars came close there, that looked to be Bruce once again with that wrister. And now Fleischacker will play that out dangerously, and that put his defenseman under a little bit of pressure, as the Northstars will once again maintain possession. They have some offensive zone time. Eyes up, back to the point. It will be Logel. Logel plays that down deep. It will be number 14, Riker Aaron, bringing it around the Martensville net. He has some time. Goes low to high to Lafleur. Lafleur back to the half wall for Aaron. Good, a nice job with the offensive zone structure here from the Northstars, as they are moving that thing around here early, as now Logel was going to the bench for a change, as he just noticed that puck was played back out. Otherwise, it would have been a breakaway for the Marauders. Now Lafleur breaks that up, and will quickly go the other way is the Northstars. It will be number 14, Aaron. With speed, he lets the bad angle shot go. And a nice job by Fleischacker to hug the post, get down with the reverse VH, and make that stop. As now Martensville plays that back to the Northstar blue line. Couldn't quite get it deep. Those are the danger zones on the ice where you don't want to turn over pucks. Now it will be Worth. He will just flip that in. We're under a minute to go in this opening period. Not much breathing time here, as we haven't had a whole lot of stoppages. As the Northstars bring it back over the line, long wrister, and just as I say that, Fleischacker will slow things down so we can have a breather. But with 42.9 left, this game remains a one-goal hockey game, and like we said, good pace for an early start here at the River Cree Twin Rinks. We're on the South Arena, bringing you this game here live on HN Live. As the Marauders couldn't quite play that rim off the wall, and it's going to be worked up the far side, right in front of the Marauders bench, as the Northstars will converge as they played that ahead with a glove pass. So with 27.5 seconds remaining, That draw should come outside the Martensville zone. And I'm quickly learning here at the River Cree, it's kind of chilly. As maybe should have brought some mini gloves with us. I don't know if you have any extra sets, but we might need to borrow some. As Martensville will try to just alleviate pressure here. They got 10 seconds to go. Don't want to give the Northstars one last chance here, as they will play that high off the glass, as it will skip just inside the Northstar line, and you can hear the buzzer sound as the time will expire here on the opening period of play, with the Calgary Northstars having a slim 1-goal lead. After the first period of play, they lead the team from Saskatchewan, the Martensville Marauders, by a slim count of 2-1. We're going to try to get the precise scoring changes for you when we come back after the opening period. But what we do know is the Northstars have a 1-goal cushion after 20 minutes of play, and they lead the Marauders by a score of 2-1. welcome back to the River Cree Twin Rinks for the U17 Canadian Crown Tournament, as it's game number 1 between the Martensville Marauders and the Calgary Northstars. After one period, the Northstars lead by a score of 2-1, and that's where we start off here in the second period, as the Northstars look to establish themselves early here, looking to regain that 2-goal cushion, as the long wrister right on blocker stop by Fleischhacker off the stick of Alexander Kwong. And we have the updated scoring summary after that first period. My apologies, like we said, it is tough from our vantage point to catch all the numbers, especially in that far end, but the Northstars goals scored by number 6, Marcus Vaux. The assist went to Austin Bruce on their opening goal. The second goal was Nicholas Doucette, the captain, with his first of the tournament. The assist to Jaden Chan. That was the Northstars' 2 markers, and then Martensville replied off the stick of number 13, Corbin Neiman, as the lone assist went to number 7, Keaton Thompson. And like we said, that is where we stand right now. It is a 2-1 Calgary lead, as they give chase on the forecheck is the captain, Doucette. Doucette working his way back of the net. Martensville's defenseman will get down on him, play the body, and that will allow Martensville to work it through the middle of the ice. Nice job with middle support there from the Marauders. Big hit along the wall, but the man that took the worst of that was the Marauders, number 9, Wesley Black. Now the wrister blocked from the point as Martensville looks to clear. As the first period, it was a game of the defensive zone turnovers. And now one of the Marauders took a high hit, and there will be a penalty called, as they're going to call a charge to number 18. That would be Parker Cutts. And Cutts took the first penalty of the game against the Northstars in the first period. He will be penalized again, which will put the Marauders on their second man advantage of the morning. And again, the power play brought to you by Unique Scaffolding, serving commercial and industrial clients in Western Canada since 1997. As we have 18:10 remaining here in this middle frame, the Marauders have a chance to even things up here with the man advantage. And they will start with number 17, Brendan Jones, on the draw. He will lose it. And the Northstars will pound that around the wall. It's kept in by the skate of number 9, Black, but because he played it with his skate, he couldn't play it with his stick immediately. And that will allow the Northstars to clear, as Martensville will once again run a double swing. Looks like the Northstars are playing a 1-3 on their penalty kill forecheck. And a nice job of holding the blue line with those 3 players by the Northstars will force Martensville to go back, as once again they will have some trouble with it. And now it will be Black. Black crosses his feet over into the middle of the ice. Now down the wall is number 19, that's Wotherspoon. We talked about him being the Marauders' leading scorer. Hasn't been able to get on the board yet, as Doan. Nice job on the pursuit there from number 13 of the Northstars, Easton Doan. Now Doucette will play that back to number 17. That was Jake O'Keefe. And the Northstars will play it back just in front of their own bench. And now it will be Martensville crossing into middle ice was number 8. That was Easton Wojciech. He got stopped at the Northstar blue line, and once again, the Northstars able to clear it all the way back down to Fleischhacker on the Be Right drywall penalty kill. Redevelop spaces where people love to live. As both teams have been successful on the penalty kill in this game, and the Northstars are looking good here on their second kill of the morning as they look to go 2 for 2. And one of the biggest things so far is the Marauders have not been able to really establish much offensive zone time with their power plays, and they're going to try and slow it down behind their own net, and again start with the double swing, as it will be number 5, Liam Reeve. He will now dish it over to number 14, Ryden Schmidt. Now they will center, and it almost was put home right at the paint as Ty Young was sliding the wrong way, but they couldn't capitalize. Now the Northstars back to even strength, and Bruce goes crashing into the net. And that will take the net off its moorings as we'll have a stoppage here. And Bruce seems to be okay. Luckily didn't slide into the goalpost. And no injuries to report as we have 15:51 remaining here in this second period. And the Marauders couldn't take advantage of their second power play, so they will move to 0 for 2. And the Northstars will now have an offensive zone faceoff to the left of netminder Wyatt Fleischhacker. As it will be Wotherspoon on the draw for the Marauders, and he will take it against the other number 19. That's Matthew Worth for Calgary. So we've seen some set D-zone draws from both teams, whether that's a hard rim, we call it a strong side glass it out. And this time it was a little bit of a scramble draw, so Bruce will get there. Worth taps it back to the point. Low shot from Lafleur is steered away by Fleischhacker. Bruce now takes a bump in the corner. It's played around softly to this near side corner where the Marauders couldn't win the foot race, but now Wotherspoon couldn't clear as he had a couple opportunities. Now the Northstars will get there first. It's Vo. Vo has a goal this morning for the Northstars. The apple went to Bruce as this line's connected once. Now it will be Neiman. He's got the one goal for Martensville. As the U15 AA team here from Saskatchewan, they're holding their own against this U17 AAA team from Calgary. Now a chance. Chip shot from Bruce just missed as he pulled out the 9-iron there, even though it's not golfing season yet, and couldn't quite put that under the bar. Now the Northstars will play that off the wall and deep, and yeah, Worth was just a step behind center. And they will call it on the icing with 14:40 now remaining here in the second period. Faceoff will come back to the right of the Calgary goaltender, number 29, Ty Young. And both goalies have been sharp. The shots on goal after the first period, 15-7 in favor of Calgary. And we'll continue to update you period to period as we can with our live stats. As now it will be soft chipped in. That was number 14 of the Northstars taking a pretty good check. That was Aaron. Now we'll skip over to Logel. Logel backhands that down to Kwong. Kwong had to go off his skate. Doucette, good help there. Plays that back to Kwong. Now it's to Aaron. Aaron's backhand try. You could see the puck was on edge and it goes well over top of the net. And now it will be number 8. Easton Wojciech. Wojciech brings it over the line. That high shot. Good save there by Young, who stood his ground. Now it's played a backhand no-look pass out to the weak side point. And that one again got deflected. Now a turnaround shot goes into the near side corner where the Northstars will elude a check. That was Aaron hopping out of the way there. And now he will go off for a change as number 17, Brendan Jones's pass of the Marauders goes straight down the ice, and it will be an icing call on Martensville with 13:37 to go. But a couple good looks for the Marauders there down in the Calgary zone, and Ty Young, who's been stellar so far, had to make a couple good stops off redirections. And the game remains a 1-goal lead for Calgary as Wojciech gets punted out of the draw. And now Brendan Jones will look to step in and win it against Cohen Babineau. As Jones did his job, won the draw. They will look to go back across the ice to Jones. And now a big hit right at the blue line for the Marauders. And they're going to say, yeah, that's interference. As the hit looked good to you viewers back at home, but that would be a textbook interference call. And that will go to number 9, Wesley Black, the 08 defenseman from the Marauders. So that will put Calgary on their second power play. Power play brought to you by Unique Scaffolding. serving commercial and industrial clients in Western Canada since 1997 as the Northstars set up into the 1-3-1. The Marauders will look to steer and push that puck down, which they're doing a good job of. Not really giving the Northstars much so far. As LaFleur will play it to Doucette. Doucette centers to the middle bumper. That was Cuts. Cuts now looks to find that quiet ice. Chan will get it on the half wall. He's got some room. He's got a shooting lane, but nobody at net front for the Northstars as a screen option. Bruce elects to be the goal line pop-out option, and that clearing attempt from number 15, Dryden Ekstrom, will go off an Northstar stick into the mesh. And we'll have a stoppage as we're 39 seconds into the power play. The Northstars, no grade A scoring opportunities yet. As the Marauders penalty kill doing a nice job just steering pucks back to the flanks. And they're going to say because that puck went off a Northstar stick, the draw will come outside the blue line with 12:44 remaining in this second period. And right off the draw, Wotherspoon tried to play that ahead. It is quickly stopped, and now here comes the Northstars. They will delay as they gain the line. Aaron back to the point. At the top, they spread it out. Now a shot hits the side of the goal. As that came off the stick of number 11, Alexander Kwong from the flank. Now Wotherspoon trying to elude a stick lift from Aaron. And once again, Martensville couldn't clear. Now Aaron will give it to Worth. Worth drops it back to Aaron. Aaron indirect off the wall. Back out to Gillis. Gillis gains the middle, spreads it out. Kwong tried to go cross seam, but it was broken up there. Good sticks by the Marauders penalty kill. And once again, that clearing attempt was blocked by the liney. And it's kept in now. Aaron brings it around. The wraparound try hits another body. Now a chance. It was fanned on right in the slot as Fleischacker followed it the whole way and was able to track that puck. Now they will give it another go. It's Noah Harak. This time he will flip it high and all the way back down to Calgary Northstar ice with 5 seconds remaining in the power play. It looks like the Marauders will kill off their second B-right drywall penalty kill as the both teams return to 5-on-5. Northstars were making a change as they tried to center that one. And unfortunately for the Marauders there, they cleared that all the way down the ice. But there is no hybrid icing. Otherwise, they would have easily beaten that one out. But the draw will come all the way back down into the Martensville zone. And it looks like netminder Fleischacker's having a little bit of trouble with his bucket there. It doesn't seem to be anything serious, so he'll pop her back on. With 11:14 remaining, both teams 0 for 2 now on the power play. And Martensville will now look to get back to work to try and even things up here. It remains a 1-goal lead for the boys in green. As Martensville played that over the glass back into the meshing, so the draw will stay inside the Marauders zone. It will be number 9. That's number 8, Wojciech taking that draw. Martensville plays that ahead. It will be number 17, Brendan Jones, the wrister, blockered away there by Young and steered into the corner. Now the Marauders will just softly play that back around on the rim. They'll finish a check down there. That was number 6. Carson Ekstrom finishing that check. As both teams haven't shied away from that along the boards this morning, as it will be Galt trying to put some pressure on the Marauders to play that puck through the middle of the ice. Now they might have a chance. It is Doucette, 2-on-0. Doucette backdoor, they score! Bruce buries it on the backdoor feed from Doucette. And no chance for Fleischacker there as he tracked it the whole way but just couldn't quite get the glove on it. And the Northstars are able to get sprung away there on a 2-on-0. And that's the line you don't really want to allow a breakaway opportunity on. And they are able to make it 3-1 with 10.5 to go here in this second period. And A beautiful goal there, and a very unselfish play from the captain, Doucette, who fed Bruce. And he made no mistake on the sliding one-timer. Nice job there as a lefty to just open up your body just slightly to be ready for that pass. And he was able to put that home before Fleischacker could get across. And Martensville now finds themselves down by a couple once again here. They were down 2-0 in the first period. They made it 2-1. Now they are down 3-1. And we'll see if they're able to respond once again here as that errant clearing attempt goes right to the point. It was kept in by number 17. That was Jack O'Keefe. As the Northstars will look to try to get another insurance marker. They rim that low to high. Pull it off the wall. The wrister blocked on its way through, and it will be number 7. Keaton Thompson, he's got an apple in this game for Martensville. Lost control, and now the Marauders, number 4, Rylan McConnell, played that hard off the boards. He'll get another try. This time he wants to go D to D, and it will go to number 7, Keaton Thompson, who will sauce that puck all the way down. His intended target was number 19, Wotherspoon. And you got to think for the Marauders, they need him to score one here to pull them back into the game. As now it's a one-on-one over the line. Rister, good stick-on puck there by the defenseman, number 2, Noah Harak. As it's played back of the Martensville goal. Harak's got some time and space with it. Gets his eyes up, couldn't quite make a clean outlet. And the Northstars will move it once again D to D. Just inside their own blue line. They tried to start the transition play, but couldn't quite connect. As now they will have an outlet as Martensville was making a line change. And Harak couldn't quite clear that puck as it's picked off. Now they center in a quick shot there from number 13. That was Easton Doan off a nice little goal line play to the slot. And Doan almost connects there, but once again, we've talked about Fleischacker having to hug that post and get down into the butterfly. He makes a good stop, and he will hang on with 8:47 to go. And now the draw to the right of Fleischacker as Doucette tries to push it forward. Some teams like to run that Princeton push off the draw where the center will push the puck through the legs of the opposing center and then look to feed the inside winger back door. And if teams are napping, it's definitely effective. As Chan, the Northstars will play that off the boards as they just try to whack it up that near side wall as Martensville now down the far side boards will center as they look to go back door, and not sure if Doucette caught a piece of that one, but he came across and was ready anyways. As Martensville trying to get back within one here as Calgary will once again flip that in. Martensville will rim it around. That was Harak playing that around. It's picked off by a pinching North Star defenseman Chan. Now a shot blocked there fearlessly by number 15. That was Dryden Ekstrom. Now it will be Wojciech. Wojciech trying to protect it. Nice job to drive it to the paint. And the referee doesn't know if Doucette has it or not. And again, we're unfortunately at a disadvantage being all the way at the other end of the ice. So our camera crew tries to zoom in there. We don't have replay, but it doesn't look like they're going to have to go upstairs to see that one, whether it crossed the line or not. As Doucette makes a great save there off Wojciech, who did a nice job protecting the puck, driving it with one hand on his stick, going backhand to forehand, and was almost able to make this a 3-2 game with 7:45 to go. As Doucette's getting tested here a little bit the last couple of shifts, but standing tall, or pardon me, not Doucette. It's early in the morning, forgive us, or forgive me, as that's Ty Young in the pipes for the Northstars. As Calgary will slide that puck back out to center. As the Northstars will look to put some pressure on the Martensville D on the neutral zone forecheck. They do force a bad outlet feed. And now they will give chase on the forecheck as Bon Bernard. He finishes his check along the wall. That was against Jones. Now Galt had it poked past him, but that was number 6. Carson Ekstrom trying to get there first as the Marauders try to dump that back in. It's played off the wall. And now here's a chance for the Northstars. They cut the middle of the ice. Backdoor feed again for Bon Bernard off the stick of Aaron. Nice play again to get his eyes up there. Now here's a shot off the side of the mesh. As it's played back around the net is Babineau. Babineau takes a hard check there. Fell down to 2 knees and couldn't quite keep possession. And now Martensville will chip that back in as Ekstrom. Now here's Jones, a shot right on. Kicked out by the left pad of Doucette, who once again came out, challenged to the top of the blue paint, made the stop. Now it's the Marauders. Crossing their feet over is, it looks to be Black up for Wojciech. Wojciech centers, and that was Ryden Schmidt trying to catch up to that loose puck. Couldn't quite get there, as now it will be Sloan Galt. Galt, nice outlet feed up the strong side boards as they try to get around a D-man, and that could have been a borderline holding call, but they let him play, and got to say the officials have done a pretty good job. Only two penalties per side. They're letting them play here early this morning. As the Marauders look to break it out of their own end. Not quite a clean exit there, as it's broken up by the Northstars, number 5. That's Gavin Gillis. Gillis will leave it for number 18, Parker Cutts. Now here's a chance in tight for Worth. Worth will half eagle. Play it back low to high. Worth getting a little crossed up with Chan. Cutts is going for a change. Chan tries to spread it across the ice. Now it's chipped by him, and it will be number 7, number 7, Keaton Thompson for Martensville. Trying to play that puck in the neutral ice area, but here comes Chan. Chan, nice little fake as he tried to split the D, but the Marauders defense corps just caught a piece of him in time, and that puck just slid into Fleischacker, who will slow things down with 5:15 now remaining here in the middle stanza. It remains a 2-goal lead for the Calgary Northstars as they are hoping to win their first game of the tournament and get off on the right foot. As they win the offensive zone draw, the soft shot is blocked by the Marauders' number 4. That was Rylan McConnell. And once again, a turnover right at center ice. Allows the Northstars to come back the other way as that centering pass knocked out of the air by McConnell. Now it will be Bruce. Nice little toe drag. Tried to bring that right to the net as he gets upended. As you see him go down there, but the Northstars once again keep the puck in. Now it will be Kwong. Kwong brings it around the net. He got bumped off the puck by McConnell, who's having himself a shift on the back end. Now that puck goes underneath his stick. Kwong, crafty on his edges, low shot. Looked to create a second opportunity, and Doucette was almost Johnny on the spot there, as he was almost able to make it 4-1 Calgary. But Fleischacker steered that one into the corner. Now we're back down into the Calgary ice. Young will have that go off his stick out into the slot, and the Northstars are able to clear. Now it will be Vaux. Vaux, like we mentioned, has 1 goal. That could be too many men on the ice, as we got a ton of Northstars going off for a change, but no call. Vaux getting cross-checked from behind there by McConnell. Got to think he's at the end of a shift if Martensville can get it up the ice, but they will not. And now Harak will softly play that ahead for number 6, Carson Ekstrom. Ekstrom will slide that to his teammate. That looked to be number 12, Livingston, and quickly the Northstars come back the other way. Here's a chance through the middle of the ice. Wrister right on, and that's off the stick of Babineau. Aaron now picks up the loose rebound down below the goal line. Babineau gets help from Aaron. Aaron looks to center. It comes out to the weak side point man, low wrister. That one kicked out by the left pad of Fleischacker, and he is able to find it in tight. And we had a little bit of rough stuff after the whistle. And I think they're only going to take one guy. And I believe it's going to be Martensville that's going to be taking the penalty. And again, with the jersey tucked in, I believe it's going to be number 8, Easton Wojciech, going off, and they're going to call that roughing after the whistle. So that will put Calgary to their 3rd power play of the morning. And like we mentioned, both teams have struggled a little bit with the man advantage. Northstars have done a better job of gaining zone time and moving the puck around, but they haven't been able to capitalize yet. Shots currently 29-16 for Calgary. As Fleischacker has definitely been tested here through the first 28 minutes or so. Or, pardon me, 38 minutes, if I'm doing my math correct. As the Northstars controlled the offensive zone draw, but now it will skip back into their own end where they have to hurry as Martensville gives chase on the penalty kill forecheck. They look to be aggressive here with just under 3 to go here in the second period. You got to think they can't afford to give up another one, and now we got another penalty coming to the Marauders, so that's going to put Martensville down by 2 and put the Northstars onto a 5-on-3 with 2:44 to go, and we'll see if head coach Cole McCabe elects to call a timeout here with 1:19 remaining in their first power play, and now a full 2 minutes to work with on their second power play. And you can see they're kind of converging towards the bench. And, yeah, they're going to use the timeout. As we were talking between periods, it's like I might have coached before, and that helps. So I thought they called the timeout, but I guess they're not allowing them to call it. So we saw the signal from McCabe, but they will continue to go off the draw. We'll see if they're able to score. As Vaux gives chase into the corner. Now it's up for Gillis. Gillis to the top for Lafleur. Lafleur lets the clapper go and he scores. A bullet from Lafleur beats Fleischacker on the glove side. And I guess it was the right call by McCabe not to use the timeout. As the Northstars will take a 4-1 lead on the 5-on-3 off the stick of number 44, Jordan Lafleur. And again, we'll have to just wait for who got the helpers there, as it will be updated online momentarily. But that will take the first penalty off the board for Martensville. And a tough go for them as they have been, we were talking about both teams being disciplined for the most part, but now 2 straight penalties have led to a 5-on-3. The Northstars capitalizing on the first one, and now they got 1.5 minutes left in the second man advantage, as it was Lafleur from Doucette and Gillis on that 4th Calgary goal. And that has given the Northstars a 3-goal lead with 1:55 remaining in the period. The Marauders continue to be on the be right drywall penalty kill, where less than perfect is not good enough. And right now, the Marauders are going to have to be perfect on this second kill if they want to try and escape this down 4-1. As the Northstars look to continue to add to their lead here, as it will be a low wrister that went off Harak, and Harak absolutely stood up. Number 9, Austin Bruce. And you can see Bruce was shaken up there. He goes off for a change. The Northstars, Chan, gains entry on the power play for Calgary as they will look to slow it down. They're getting pursued there by number 13, Corbin Neiman, who's now playing the kill. He's got the lone goal for the Marauders this morning as Chan spreads it out east-west. Now they look to feed the puck to Worth in the middle of the ice as Vaux will get interfered with there. He took a check right to the neck, and he is slow to get up. They were hoping for another penalty there, but now Vaux seems to be going, and now it's going to be a breakaway outlet. Here's a shot right on, and a good left pad save by Fleischacker, who stopped Logel, and Logel is actually a defenseman for Calgary, so he probably doesn't get a whole lot of breakaways too often, but a point-blank chance there, and Fleischacker, terrific stop with 34.8 to go here, and that could have been 5-1 Calgary, as the Marauders are successful on the second kill. So the Northstars were able to capitalize on the third chance. They are now 1 for 4, clicking at 25% on the power play this morning. As it will be Cuts, backhanding that low to high to the point. They get off the wall. The wrister once again through traffic is juggled by Fleischacker. Good shot there by Jake O'Keefe from the point for Calgary. And now with 16.2 to go. The Northstars continue to try and pour it on here late in the period, as the shot's now 33-16 for Calgary, 18-9 in the period. As Doucette wins that draw back on his backhand, clean. They run a set play as the board side winger rolled up into the quiet ice, and that one was stopped there off the stick of Cuts. Backhand clear, not able to get out. Another pad save, another one kicked out by Fleischhacker as the period will end. And you can tell Fleischhacker's a little gassed in the pipes for Martensville as the Northstars tack on a couple more pellets to their shot total. And I believe it will end at 20-9 for the Northstars, for a total of 35 after 2 periods of play. Martensville had 9 in that period. They are at a total of 16. And after 2 periods of play and 40 minutes on the ice, the Calgary Northstars lead the Martensville Marauders by a count of 4-1. Well, welcome back to the River Cree Twin Rinks. We're in the South Arena here on the west end of Edmonton, as we have a couple of Northsiders in the booth and one West Ender bringing you the action here this morning, as it is game number 1 from the U17 Canadian Crown Tournament between the Calgary Northstars and the Martensville Marauders. The Northstars had a 2-1 lead going into the second period. They were able to expand their lead by 2 more, and they lead the Marauders by a score of 4-1, getting set to drop the puck on the third period of play. The scoring summary in that second period: Austin Bruce from Nicholas Doucette, that put the Northstars up 3-1, and then late in the period on a 5-on-3, Jordan Lafleur clapped one home. The assist went to Doucette and Gavin Gillis, as that's where we stand to start the third, as Calgary a 3-goal lead. You don't ever want to take your foot off the pedal, but they do have a comfortable lead right now, and they always say 2-goal leads are the most dangerous. They're at a 3-goal lead right now, and they're looking to make it more, as the wrister from the point is knocked down by the blocker of Fleischacker, who's been pretty solid in the Marauders' net, considering the shots on goal were 36-16 to start the period, and now the 38th shot will beat Fleischacker right in that high slot area. Was number 6, Marcus Vaux. And once again, quick release shot on the sliding one-timer, and Vaux, that will be his second goal of the morning. And again, we'll wait for the helpers, but 38 seconds into the third period, we know which team wanted to get that next one, and it's, again, the boys in green, as they have a 4-goal lead now, as they are up 5-1, and they are looking for more as they get right back in on the attack, as that puck just slides into the near side corner, where Doucette takes the body on the Marauders defenseman as they play it through the middle of the ice. It is picked off by Chan. Chan almost had too much open space there as he tripped over his own feet. Might have got a little excited there as the defenseman trying to jump up and score a goal of his own. He's got an assist in this morning's game, as it will be Martensville taking that outlet feed. Is number 14, that was Schmidt. He got some help from Jones as he went back to the point. The point shot went wide. Now another shot from the line. Blocked on its way through. Jones will put that one on net, and Young alertly had his blade down and steers it high and out of play, as the Marauders look to push back with a little bit of offensive zone time themselves. And we were saying, for a U15 AA team out of Saskatchewan playing against U17 AAA teams here, they've held their own through 40 minutes, but now the lead is growing a little bit here for Calgary, and we'll see if Martensville is able to just focus on the positives and try to chip away here. I'm sure the message is just try to win the period. They're down 1-0 in this third period early, as they will fire that in deep. No icing, and Logel gets there on the goalie exchange and tried to play that up to the winger Kwong. It goes all the way down the ice, and again, that's where that hybrid icing would have been nice, as Calgary would have been able to just keep the play going there as they had their first man on the puck. But nonetheless, it will be icing against the Northstars, and the draw will come back to the right of netminder Ty Young. Young, during the U17 AAA season in the AEHL, sports a 9-4 record with a 2.31 goals against and a .924 save percentage this season. And the Northstars are fortunate. They got 2 really good netminders, as the other netminder, Kabelka, who's not starting today, has better numbers than Young. I'm sure we'll see him in their second game of action at the tournament. As now the Marauders back to the point. Wrister tipped on, and good net presence there by number 8, Easton Wojciech, as he got a stick on that one. And once again, Young able to find it through traffic and hang on with 17:24 to go here in this third period. Nice shot there from the point by Dryden Ekstrom, as Martensville trying to create some more offensive chances, as Lafleur will once again on the D-zone set draw. We'll play that off the window and out. And that will alleviate pressure. And now Worth scoops it up. They will slide that across, that high shot off the back glass, where Wotherspoon played it back to Noah Harak. Harak's outlet feed got blocked. That shot through everybody. Once again behind the Marauders' goal. A center. Nobody home for Calgary. And here comes Martensville. They will stick handle their way through the neutral ice area, and now we'll slide that into an area for what looked to be number 12, Parker Livingston, to try and get there. Livingston elects not to finish his check, and the Marauders trying to establish a little bit of a neutral zone forecheck. They create the turnover, and they will look to go off the wall to this near side, where they will play it back down to Young behind his own net. Young waiting for his option. That was Galt. Galt a little bit out of his reach as it went off his backhand right to a Marauder. And once again, that was Dryden Ekstrom. It looked like he was going to play it with his skate, and then he lifted his skate, which allowed the puck to get outside the zone. As Martensville's got to give chase here. That was Wotherspoon. Both guys weren't really moving their feet, which allowed the Northstars to break it out clean. Here comes Doucette. Doucette will dish over for Lafleur, jumping up into the play. He will slide that in tight. There's a couple of tries. As that was Worth getting those two chances in tight on the netminder Fleischhacker. Now back to the point, Chan. Back to the half wall. That is Bruce. Bruce will leave it for Doucette. Bruce gets upended in the high slot, and this time the official caught it. And that's a good call, as Bruce, late in the second period, got dumped behind the Martensville net. There was no penalty. That's when they were on the 5-on-3. And this time he will draw the fifth man advantage now for Calgary, as they're already clicking at 25%. And they will go back to the unique scaffolding power play. They've been serving commercial and industrial clients in Western Canada since 1997. So the Northstars trying to get a late change here. Get set for the power play draw in the offensive zone. Already leading by a score of 5-1 with 15:35 to play. As it will be Riker Aaron on the draw for the Northstars. He lost the draw, but the clearing attempt off the glass took a funny hop. And now Aaron centers, and a point-blank chance there. And again, a one-timer try from number 22, Cohen Babineau. And there was Fleischhacker tracking it the whole way, slid across. And that puck went off the logo, but a big stop there from Fleischhacker. As now the Northstars try to break it back into the zone. One-handed poke there from Aaron. Aaron's been good for the Northstars here this morning, as Galt plays that softly to Kwong. Kwong, an assistant captain for the Northstars. He is third on the team in scoring during the regular season. He's got 13-13 for 26 points. Now an ace feed there, and it went off Fleischhacker, and it was behind them, and they tried to jam it in. Now Galt a shot, and that one just missed, as it was either Fleischhacker catching a piece or the goalpost, and Fleischhacker once again will find that puck and make another solid stop in tight, as the Northstars just peppering number 35 in the Martensville net in the first 58 seconds of this power play. And the Marauders dodging some bullets here on this fifth penalty kill, brought to you by Be Right Drywall, proudly serving Edmonton and area since 1990. As the Northstars off the offensive zone draw had to come gather the puck back inside their own blue line. Lafleur, nice job to gain the zone through middle ice. Now Lafleur at the top will feed it over. Again, the Northstars into that 1-3-1 structure. Lafleur will slide that over to the left flank. Back up top for Lafleur. Lafleur. Northstars trying to establish that double screen with their middle bumper and then net front option. Now Doucette, nice job by Martensville to get into the shot lanes, as it's now jammed towards the goal, and I believe Fleischhacker's got it again. as it was jammed in front. And like we just mentioned, they had that double screen. And they both got a couple whacks on it by the looks of it. It looked to be number 13, Easton Doan. And Worth at net front there. And so with 22 seconds now remaining in the power play, the Northstars will control the offensive zone draw. It will be Lafleur back to the half wall for Doucette. Doucette, a little bit of a spinorama pass. Was ahead of Lafleur, but he got some help there from Worth. Worth smartly goes to the bench as the Northstars were going 4 forwards and a defenseman, which you will traditionally see on most power plays. And he changes it up for the second defenseman. Now a nice outlet right to number 8, Doucette, as he tried to go roof on Fleischacker. And again, he slid across, got big, and that one went off his shoulder and into the mesh. As with 13 and a half to go here in this final frame, Fleischacker's been the story so far. For Martensville at least, he's been their best player. As the shot's now 41-20 in favor of Calgary. And they continue to try and pour it on here, as I'm sure 4 goals against play a factor in the tournament, especially if it comes down to a tiebreaker. So they want to try and continue to build their lead. Martensville has other ideas as they tried to dangle their way through. O'Keefe was number 13, Corbin Neiman, but he got stopped at the Calgary blue line. And now it will be Bruce for Calgary, right in front of his own bench, couldn't clear. As Martensville will hold the line, and they will slap that one back down below the goal line. Spits out to this near side for O'Keefe, as he calmly will rim that back around. Bon Bernard tried to psych out the pinching Martensville defenseman, and he was able to keep it alive for a moment, but now Martensville's pass will go through everybody, and it will be icing with 12:44 now left to go in this third period. And it remains a 4-goal lead. We'll talk about the Northstars' depth. Cuts, Aaron, and Kwong are their leading 3 scorers, but the man that's been standing out is their 4th leading scorer, and that's Nicholas Doucette. He's got 11 goals, 13 helpers for 24 points on the season. And he's got a goal and 2 helpers in this game so far, as the Northstars almost connected on another set offensive zone draw. We always called it the pick and roll, with the weak side deactivating and that board side winger coming over top of the circle, as they just missed the net on that chance. And again, if we had a replay, we'd go back to it, but luckily for Martensville, they weren't able to capitalize. And now Young will hang on, and we'll have a draw coming to the left of the Calgary goaltender. You can see Calgary's coaching staff. I was fortunate to coach one of their assistant coaches in Fort McMurray in the Alberta Junior Hockey League. That would be Clark Huxley. And you can tell he's brought some of his tutelage and knowledge, along with Colm McCabe, who is the head coach, and has brought a lot of structure to this Calgary Northstars group. They are 19-7-1-1 in AEHL play, and that's good enough for 3rd in the South Division, and they have clinched a spot in the 2024 playoffs. Yes. Martensville will play that in off the neutral zone face-off, down deep into the Calgary ice. Now it will be Brendan Jones there, as the Northstars, they got some big bodies on their back end, including Lafleur. Lafleur takes down his man, and now that will allow Doan with Cuts. Galt also trying to activate as the weak side D. Cuts will play that in softly off the wall, as the Northstars will win the foot race. Now they center, and that one chipped away right at the last second there by number 5, Liam Reeve. As it will be a 2-on-2 battle down into the corner. 11 and a half to go here in this third period. Score remains 5-1 Calgary, as it was number 6, Marcus Vaux, with the third period goal 38 seconds in, and we are able to give you the helpers for that goal. It was Vaux from Worth and Bruce, So Bruce now has a goal and 2 assists. And Worth, that would be his first point of the morning. So your 2 leading scorers for the Northstars in this game. Doucette with a goal and 2 apples. Bruce with a goal and 2 apples. Marcus Vaux with 2 goals. And Worth had that last chance there, which you just saw off the lefty's stick. It was a high shot, caught and held by Fleischacker. Now draw coming to the right of the Martensville netminder. Calgary wins the draw again, and you could see they ran another play with their board side winger coming off into the slot area. And that time Bruce couldn't quite hit the target. Puck stays down deep in that near side corner, where Martensville tries to spy with their net front D. It's now rimmed around. Oh, and a bad hop there. Otherwise, that would have been held in by Jake O'Keefe of the Northstars. And it will be Harak going back to get it. 10:45 to go. Trying to run the reverse. He gets upended there, and now the Northstars once again, nice job on the forecheck to separate man from puck, and the long shot from the point is blocked. As O'Keefe will get another try, but he didn't see the man behind him. Was able to bounce off that check, and now he activates down the wall, will center it. Goes through everybody. As Logel, the opposite defenseman, he will pinch down the right side. Kept it in momentarily, but now it will be Martensville. Getting there first is number 7. That would be Keaton Thompson. Thompson tries to go back to the point. Went off Wotherspoon's skate and hops right back to Young. And Thompson couldn't get a stick on it in time. And like we mentioned, Thompson's got 1 assist for Martensville in this hockey game, and he was able to get the helper on the Corbin Neiman goal. So once again, the draw will be to the right of Young. We're at the halfway point of the third period. Chan blocks that shot from the point. Now we'll calmly play that off the wall. Nice little tap play there by Vaux, who will give it to Aaron. Aaron takes that check in stride and played that in deep. Now it will be number 22. That is Babineau. Babineau's been noticeable for the Northstars. He's gotten robbed a couple times in this game and now lost control, but it will be played off the window and down the ice, and it will be an icing call against Martensville with 9:38 to go. And if you are listening back at home, you can follow HN Live on social media, whether you have Twitter or I guess X as they call it now, at HN Live CA, or on Instagram and TikTok at hnlive.ca. As all the highlights and stats and scores from the tournament will be posted there, so you are up to date in the world of sports. And here is Martensville breaking in all alone. They drop it. There's a deke in tight. Young follows it all the way and robs number 13, Corbin Neiman, of his second of the game. Now the Northstars back the other way. A 2-on-1. They drop themselves and they score. It went from a 2-on-1 for Martensville one way to a 3-on-1 for Calgary the other way. And a heads-up play to drop it to the trailer, which who else would be number 6, Marcus Vaux. And that gives Vaux the hat trick on the hockey game as he puts home his third. And he had a wide open net as he outweighted Martensville's Fleischacker. And he had absolutely no chance on that one, as a terrific 3-on-1 break for the Northstars. But you got to talk about the Young save first, as he made a spectacular stop in tights on Neiman, who tried to outweight him on the deke and sprawled out, made the left pad save. And then that sparked the Northstars to go back the other way. And on the odd man rush themselves, were able to capitalize and now lead by 5 with 8:58 to go and a 6-1 Calgary lead. As Doucette will take the draw for the Northstars. He will win it. Tied up his center. Now he will pursue as he tries to take out Carson Ekstrom. We got Dryden and Carson on this Martensville team. I can only assume they're brothers. As Galt will try to play that off the boards. It's quickly broken up by Martensville, and they will dump it back into the Calgary zone. Gillis couldn't rim that up the wall as Jones will spin away from Gillis. Now it will be Ekstrom centering it. That was Carson Ekstrom with that centering pass. Now Martensville keeps it alive. Witherspoon, backdoor. Carson Ekstrom, a backhand try. And Young, good glove stop there as he was wanting to cheat to that backdoor outlet that he had to be aware of, but was able to stand his ground and make that stop with 8:14 to go. And Martensville actually out shooting Calgary in this period by a slight margin. It's 9-8. The shots favor Calgary overall, 44-25. And so that last goal was Vaux from Lafleur. And so Lafleur now has a goal and an assist on the back end for Calgary. I want to say there was at least one more assist on that play, but we're just going off the statistics of what they're giving us. Sarah's doing a great job updating me here up in the booth. As the Northstars reverse it behind their own net, Logel. We said having a bigger back end plays a factor for Calgary. As you can see, they just win a lot more of those stick battles, those body battles, when it comes to the one-on-one tie-ups, and that's been a factor for Calgary, especially getting out of their own end. And we've seen them be active in not only off the rush, but in the offensive zone as well. Logel will fire that quickly back in at center, and now we'll retreat as Martensville will look to bring it out under control as the Northstars were making a line change, and now Vaux, good stick on puck, brings it back the other way. He will dish over for Bruce, and he let the wrister go. And once again, Fleischacker will make the stop. As point-blank chance there from Vaux to Bruce, and we've talked about Vaux having 3 bingos on the game and having the hat trick. We didn't see any hats fly, as it's a little bit chilly in here, so I don't think anybody can afford to throw any hats right now. But Vaux, with a great defensive play, starts that rush and creates that scoring chance for Bruce. As now Lafleur, toe drag, pulled it in, let the shot go wide of the net. Chan will clap that one back down, rimmed around the boards. Lafleur, one hand on a stick, tried to whack that off the boards to keep it alive. Martensville will take the puck back south rather than north, as Witherspoon had some trouble with it, but Martensville is able to relieve pressure as they played it out to Chan just outside their own blue line. And now with 6:25 to go, it will be the Marauders bringing it down this far side, where Vaux, now on the defensive side of the puck, plays that softly off the window and back into Martensville ice, where they are trying to get away from the 1-2-2 forecheck here of the Northstars in the neutral zone as they try to clog up the middle of the ice and force Martensville into a dump entry, which they do. And now it will be Vaux. Tried to accept that rim from Lafleur. He got a fortunate bounce there as it went right to Chan. And Chan, 1-on-3, will just slide that behind everybody as he did a little bit of a pirouette there. We'll give him an 8.5. As Sarah doesn't have a sign to throw up, but I can see it, even though it's invisible. Because we'll have an offside call, and that will stop play with 5:41 to go here in this third period. Feel fortunate to be reunited with this crew, as I haven't seen them since the summer when we were at the Brick Tournament at West Edmonton Mall. Looking forward to calling that one, hopefully, once again. But we'll focus on the U17 Canadian Crown at the moment. And with 5.5 to go, Calgary continues to lead 6-1 here. They've gotten 2 in this third period. And in fact, they've got 2 in every period so far. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and now 2 in the third. As you could say, there's a little bit of a pattern there. And we'll see if that's the way it's going to hold up as another icing call on Martensville. Shots are even at 9 apiece here in this final frame. 45-25 overall in favor of Calgary. As Doucette on the offensive draw to the right of Fleischacker. Aaron was ready to cheat and roll over top of the circle, but they lost the draw. And that will allow Martensville to clear and now break it out with control. But again, a pass that skips off the stick of Jones will now try to come back to him as he looped back through the middle of the ice. Now here is Aaron, a shot right on as he dangerously came through the middle of the ice, and the high shot might have grazed off Fleischacker, who got his blocker up. Now, Martensville will once again play that off the window, and this rolling puck will come all the way down into this near side corner right in front of us, and we'll have enough gas for icing with 4:44 now remaining here in this third period. Like we mentioned, you can check out the nightly highlights on YouTube and the upcoming HN Live events, whether it's the Sherwood Park Knights in the Capital Junior B League. All their home playoff games will be streamed on HN Live as they are the two-time defending champs as they look poised to get a third title. And they have definitely been building a, if you will, a dynasty in the Capital Junior B League this year and in the previous 2 years as the Northstars go back to work in the offensive zone. They have some time on the half wall. They will spread it out east-west. Across to Worth. Worth centers, and they couldn't quite connect there. Now Martensville through the middle of the ice. It will be a foot race here as a one-on-one chance, and a nice job there by Logel to surf Wotherspoon. Rather than flipping to backwards, Logel continued to skate forwards and forced his opponent to shoot the puck earlier than he would have liked. Now it will be Martensville bringing it back down this near side wall. They center off the side of the goal, pops out into the slot, and the Northstars will flip it back out into the neutral ice area where they quickly go D-to-D up the strong side wall, where the Northstars will quickly create the turnover, and now will go up the bench side boards where it will be another turnover as both teams are kind of playing a little bit of ping pong with each other here, blue line to blue line. Now it will be the Northstars. Chan moves it D-to-D for Lafleur. Lafleur down the wall. Nice middle entry play there as he slid that one right through. And the chance right on goal. It looked like Fleischacker got his left pad down and was able to deny the Northstars there. Now a centering feed off the stick of number 14. That was Ryden Schmidt with one hand. Tried to deflect that one home, but couldn't quite put it home as Martensville will maintain possession here. It will be number 15. That's Dryden Ekstrom. Now we'll give it to Keaton Thompson. Thompson, smaller body there, was bumped by Lafleur, who gave it to Bruce. Bruce played it off the glass and out. And that will go down into the near side corner where a big hit there from number 22. That was Cohen Babineau. Not only creating scoring chances for himself today, but laying the body. As we are at a 6-1 score here between the Northstars and Martensville. And in that KC NAX game on the other side, it's 5-4 KC with 14:47 to go in the third period. So a much tighter game on the North Arena, which you can definitely tune into after this final 2 minutes of play. As the puck worked to the red line, as Vaux for the Northstars will play the body down deep. And what I've liked about the Northstars here, they are quick, they have skill, they can make plays, and they have finished checks. And usually if you have a recipe that kind of checks off all those boxes, you're not only going to win a lot of games, but you're going to be tough to play against. And here's Martensville now, another chance for a one-on-one rush, but again, a nice job by Galton. Just as I alluded to, a finished check by Galt along the wall there. Separate his man from puck. You always say stick on puck, body on body. As Galt will flip that one high into the air. That bouncing puck goes to Doucette. 1:10 now remaining here in this third period. As Doucette brought it in over the line, but it will be offside on Calgary. As we've almost reached the finish line of game number 1 here between the Marauders and Northstars, who are both in the double star drilling pool. And if you were able to wake up early this morning on a Friday and tune in here on HN Live, you have got a pretty good game, just unfortunately again for Martensville. They have let this one kind of get away from them, but I wanted to make sure we pointed out that they are a U15 AA team playing in a U17 AAA tournament, and they have definitely held their own. The Northstars have just been able to capitalize, obviously, a few more times than the Marauders. As we're down to 40 seconds remaining, the puck in this near side corner, as a couple bodies get tangled up down there. It's O'Keefe with number 5, Liam Reeve, who's up in the play, as they continue to jostle down in the corner. And now a nice outlet feed there for number 13. That would be Easton Doan. Doan will drive it to the net. Took it all the way on his backhand and tried to slide it underneath the pad of Fleischacker. And how many times have we said he slid across and kept that pad down on the ice this period? And he makes another terrific save there on a great net drive by number 13, Easton Doan, who hasn't got rewarded today, but him, like Babineau, have been good on the offensive side of the puck, as the Northstars will once again try to push it forward on the offensive zone draw. We're not successful that time, and it will be number 14, Ryden Schmidt, losing control on that near side wall. We're down to a second left, and that will do it. From the River Cree Twin Rinks, specifically the South Arena, it was game 1 of this U17 Canadian Crown Tournament, which featured the Calgary Northstars and the Martensville Marauders. And you can see the Northstars celebrating as they walk away with a convincing 6-1 win here in their opening game, and that will move them to 1-0 on the tournament. And that is the start they were looking for Martensville, being the young team that they are, full of 2008 borns. They will look to learn from this one and improve going into game number 2. And for the Northstars, just a solid performance. Ty Young, even though it was a 6-1 game, he was rock solid in the pipes. And again, like we mentioned, you could say your 3 stars tonight. Number 6, Marcus Vaux, 3 goals. Number 8, Nicholas Doucette, a goal and 2 assists. And then number 9, Austin Bruce, a goal and 2 assists. All 3 dominant in a 6-1 victory for the Calgary Northstars. My name is Adam Matta. I hope you've enjoyed the call here today from the River Cree Twin Rinks. On behalf of our whole crew at HN Live, we thank you for joining us, and please stay tuned for the next game here on the South Arena, which Grayson Knutson will have for you momentarily.